What's up, guys and gals? The other day I was at Panda Express. As of right now, during the week I eat fairly healthy, and because life is too short on the weekends, I indulge in pretty much whatever I want to eat, whatever I'm craving. And anyway, while I was in line, there's a couple of people in front of me in line, and I noticed one lady, a mother, and her son, and they were very heavy set, and they're ordering a lot of food, a lot of food. And this is not to be judgmental or anything, but it's just an observation, and I also wanted to get your guys and gals' opinion on this. Do you believe, and please respond in the comment section, do you um, believe that parents that overfeed their children at a young age, do you think that's some type of form of child abuse? That's the question. So let me know in the comment section. And let me give you my thoughts. When you think of child abuse, the common images pop in your head, right? There's physical abuse, mental abuse. The physical abuse, getting hit, and people that abuse children, that's one of my, I mean, it probably offends most people, most sane people, but stuff like that really irks me. So people that do that just are pretty much uh, scum of the earth. But anyway, there's a physical abuse, hitting your children for whatever reason, and there's child molestation, absolutely just incomprehensible. And then there's also mental abuse, just constantly berating your children for no apparent reason, or just because you're in a bad mood. Those forms of abuse it's very black and white. It's definitely child abuse, and if you're caught doing that, social services can and will take your children away. Now, as far as an overweight parent, and they don't have to be overweight, but more than likely, a lot of times when a parent's overweight, whether it's because they don't care, or if it's cultural, or they just don't know any better. And I see this quite often, especially in America and the United States. And you see an overweight family, an overweight father or mother, and then you see that their children and they're overweight. So the children, and this kid was only like 10 years old, I believe, around there. Basically, he wasn't old enough to hold down a job and be able to afford his own groceries. So your children are going to eat what you give them. Now, there's a lot of different factors. Like I said, it's cultural, socioeconomic status, expensive food, organic food, not even organic, just food in general is the more healthier it is, it tends to be more expensive, unfortunately. And cheap food, like fast food, is very easy, it's very convenient, it tastes good to your palate, and I can see the appeal of it. So I wouldn't constitute parents overfeeding their children as straight child abuse. I don't put it at that stratosphere, at that level of mental abuse, sexual abuse, but it is definitively destructive and irresponsible behavior, irresponsible parenting, because it's going to set your kid up for a plethora of problems. Let's talk about the obvious stuff. Physically, there's been higher incidence rates of type 2 diabetes at a younger age, increased chances of getting heart disease, high blood pressure, increasing your bad cholesterol, increase your chances of stroke. But let's talk about the not so obvious stuff, the societal pressures that a male and a boy and a girl, especially females, men too though, but especially females, the societal pressure that you get from being thin, and you're kind of setting your child, a boy or girl, up for a pretty tough life. This isn't to say they can't change it, but they're going to be more prone to being a target of bullying. They're going to have body image issues, that they could develop eating disorders, and their self-esteem could be low. And this is on top of having physical problems. And when you're hardwired and you start to develop these types of bad eating habits at a young age, that is, ingrained in your head and taught from your parents, it's very hard to break. And that's one of the main reasons why we have this obesity epidemic. It's a huge problem. Smoking is a big problem, but the obesity epidemic is a big problem. So if you're watching this video and you stumble upon it, or you I mean, it's really hard to poke your nose in someone's business, but I just pray that if you happen to stumble upon this video, or you know someone, or just be a little bit more aware of what you feed your children. It's one thing to be overweight yourself, but when you're just setting your kid up, and if you're poor, it's totally understandable, but somehow just control the portions a little bit. Drink a little bit more water, just walk around. There's just a lot of little things that you can do. When you're overstuffing yourself and you're overstuffing your child, it's gonna be a very hard road for your children. So in a way, I guess it's I won't say abuse, but it's detrimental behavior. Let me know your guys and gals' thoughts, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.